terminology, you probably have a good idea of how far we've come with technology. I mean, I never would have imagined that I could be playing a word game with someone on the other side of the world with a device I carry in my pocket, or order dinner at the click of a button.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about keeping track of your calendar, which is what I do with mine. Maybe even setting alarms to remind you to take out the trash. That doesn't even touch on the power of technology. Did you know it's even being used to heal? And as Sean found out when he visited AI DuPont Hospital for Children, healing may only be the beginning of it.
Video chatting has become a very popular way for people to stay connected, adding a visual aspect to a conventional phone call. So it should come as no surprise that this technology has been adapted and is now being used in potentially life-saving ways.
Telemedicine is a way to use telecommunications technology, one specifically made for healthcare, that can deliver a secure audio and visual connection between a patient and their provider.
Mike Kurland and Dr. Nick Slayman help run the telehealth program at Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. Dr. Slayman also works in the critical care unit, taking care of patients and organizing transports in and out of the hospital. He says this technology is changing the way they care for patients.
I may have a doctor call me with a very sick kid and say, hey, I need you to come right now. And I may not be able to come immediately, but with telemedicine, I can at least see the child right away, say my team's packing up, they're on their way, they'll be there as fast as they can. But in the meantime, based on what I've seen, we can do this, this, and this, and get all these things started. I can check back with you in 15 minutes, half an hour, see how things are going.
The software used for these conversations was specifically designed with the patient's privacy in mind.
Audio-visual tool that we use that allows us the flexibility and the scalability is not your typical off-the-shelf software that you can get. The one that we have, we've vetted through information security and meets all of our HIPAA requirements.
The Nemours telehealth program got its start in 2012 with just 3 tablets, 2 that were sent out with transport teams and 1 that stayed at the hospital. Today, that program has evolved into these cart-based systems, with at least 1 system in almost every emergency room on the Delmarva Peninsula.
Since we started kind of keeping records in April of 2014, we've done almost 800 critical care consults. When you wrap that into the other parts of telemedicine that we've done with outpatient clinics downstate, we're probably up to about 1,200 visits. So it's growing, but it takes a couple different things. It really takes the technology part of it, and then the physician adoption and the family-patient interaction. So people have to kind of buy in that this is useful, this is good to them.
And the more that people buy in, Dr. Slayman says the more potential uses they find for the program.
We offer these tools to people and they surprise us. So they say, that's great, but we would like to use it for this. We would like to use it for this new use case. What do you think? So every day is something new. It's a new learning experience for us as the team that I wouldn't have thought we could use it that way. That's great. Let's do it. Let's try it.
And while they may be finding new ways to use the tool, Dr. Slayman doesn't see it replacing a face-to-face visit.
Here at Nemours, we want our telemedicine to be very responsible. We don't think it's for every single use case, but we have identified through research purposes certain use cases that it works really well with. And every day we're trying to discover new use cases and study those and say, does this work for this? Do we have to add something to it to make it work better? So I think medicine is definitely going in this direction, but I don't see it as a replacement to conventional face-to-face medicine. I see it as another tool, an augmentation of it.
So Mike Kurland says 5 or 6 years ago, a machine like they're using today could have cost the company $50,000. Today, it's just a fraction of that. And he also says that in some places, they are actually able to get this system in place in just a couple hours.
That's amazing.
Boom, there you go.
I tell you what.